You're looking at the Bonnie Blue, a 26-foot Macgregor motor sailor that we are going to take to the lower keys and down to the dry Tortugas.
So the night before, we start to load the equipment on the boat for the trip. It's a bit of a drive from Orlando to Big Pine Key, so we had to make a stop for gas.
Okay, here we're crossing the 7-mile bridge in the car towing the sailboat. There it is behind us, and you can see the water behind us. Very nice. The water is beautiful in color, and there's Jeffrey driving. Beautiful in color, but it's rather busy out there with the winds blowing. This is the new 7-mile bridge, and over here to the right is the old 7-mile bridge.
If you've never been driving across the Keys on the overseas highway, you really should go. It's one of the most beautiful drives that you'll ever see. It's like going into the Bahamas while you're driving your car across the highway. You see the most beautiful blues and greens and colors that you've ever seen on water, just about anywhere. Here we've reached our driving destination, the Dolphin Marina on Little Torch Key, where we'll splash the boat into the water. Everywhere we go with the Macgregor 26, someone always stops to tell us what a beautiful boat it is or to ask us about it.
Okay, here we are at our first anchorage off of Big Pine Key near what harbor? Near Newfound Harbor. It's about 17:30 hours. We finally got in, got ourselves to an anchor spot. Here we are, back here trying to stay out of the wind, but we're not doing such a good job. And Jeffrey's up playing with the anchors. Here we go. Got a little bit of an island here. And it's looking pretty good. And the wind is cold and it's blowing like crazy out of the east. But here we are, our first anchorage for the night on March the 5th, I think it is, Thursday. Yay!
And here we are at anchor, Newfound Harbor. This is the second day of our trip to the Keys, and we are anchored right off Newfound Harbor. We're looking towards Big Pine Key right now, and these buildings right here are Sea Camp, which is a summer camp and a school and marine biology laboratories and things for college students. It was formed 30-40 years ago out of an old hotel, and it's been there a very long time. My friend Walter used to work there as a counselor many years ago. We swing around to the left, and over here is Little Torch Key. Right up there is where we originally put the boat in. You can see some of the boats in the harbor here that are anchored around. Swing around. This group of houses that you see right here is Ramrod Key, the lower end of Ramrod Key. And we'll keep swinging. And then back over here is, you can see it back there, is Little Palm Island, which is a fancy resort. It used to be known as Munson's Island. Still is on the charts, where I went and with Walter, my friend, and they knew the caretaker out there, and we used to go out there quite a bit when I was a kid. Looking down the boat, you can see our main sail is covered with a blue cover there, and further back we have our bimini top furled up. It's finally got nice and sunny, although the wind's blowing about 20 knots, so it's a little bit coolish. And so we want to stay in the sun as much as we can right now without getting burned. I'll swing around. And down here you can see I've got 2 anchor lines out. My Delta 22 on the right side and the FX11 on the left. Keeps the boat from swinging so much. Down there is the bow pulpit and the roller furler. Those yellow things are chafing guards that I put on the anchor rope so they won't chafe on the gear down there. Right here is the anchor locker. little hatch. You can see the hinges on the left and the hasp on the right. Right down here, this is the main hatch. You can just barely see it. It's closed now. It's just plenty of air, so we don't need to have it open. It's actually cozy down below right now because it is kind of cool. And swinging back around, and I'll walk back on the deck a ways. Here's a quick little homemade little windbreak I made out of a gray tarp here to try and keep some of the wind out of the cockpit. It's kind of cool in the wind. And down here is the forward part of the helm. You can see my Garmin GPS there, and we have a spare gas can sitting there. On the left, sitting on the bench seat, is the carpet from inside. We had some water that spilled in there, so we brought it up to dry. See my dinghy down there with the 2 horsepower outboard and all the gear necessary to run the dinghy. There's a couple of porch lights that we use. Set them out there, and those solar lights, and they charge up in the day and provide a little light in the evening. Also provide a little bit of anchor lights for other boats to see us more than the original anchor light. And looking here, come down to the helm. So here at my helm is the Garmin GPS with mapping features, a 5-inch screen. This gauge here is my engine gauge, tells me everything. This is for the VHF radio. The radio is actually down below, but this is an extension microphone, and it operates the radio from here. Of course, key switches down here, right down in here, operates the boat. And this red can to the left, you can just see the side of it, and this red can to the right are each 12-gallon gas cans, so that gives me 24 gallons. And then this spare 5-gallon can I just showed you gives me 29 gallons of fuel for this trip. Here's my compass right there, for steering compass courses, of course, and it has a built-in heeling gauge so you can tell how much you lean. And of course, this rope here, this line that's diagonal across the screen, is the main sheet that operates the mainsail. And then down here is the traveler that goes back and forth and travels to be able to adjust that mainsail. So here we are, sitting. I'm going to zoom in here. Don't know if you'll be able to see it or if it'll be too grainy, but right out here is a white blob. That is a white heron. Been sitting there since basically it looks like yesterday. I don't think he's even moved. And those are the white face of the great blue heron that are only found in the Florida Keys. You don't find them anywhere else. And so that's an exciting thing.